Hello children. In previous class, we have learnt chemical equations chapter. In that, we had a question. How do we know that a chemical reaction has taken place? To know that, we have seen three activities in the previous class. In today's class, we learn what is a word equation and writing a chemical equation using chemical formulae. So, in the first activity, we have seen that calcium oxide reaction with water to form calcium hydroxide. In this activity 1, how can we describe this activity? This reaction means when calcium oxide reacts with water, it produces the calcium hydroxide, which is completely unlike to that of the calcium oxide and water, which is completely a new substance. If we describe the chemical reaction like this, it becomes quite long. So, we have to write in a shorter form. In a shorter form, we can write the chemical reaction by using their names. So, calcium oxide, water, calcium hydroxide. The chemical equation which is written by using the names of the substances is called word equation. Here, in this word equation, we have two sides. Towards the left hand side of the arrow mark, this is the arrow mark is placed in between the substances. Towards the left hand side of the arrow mark, we should always represent the reactants. What are the reactants? Reactants are the substances which involves in a chemical reaction, which is always written towards the left hand side of the arrow mark. And the substances which are newly formed after the reaction are called the products. And products are the substances which can be always represented towards the right hand side of the arrow mark. And the arrow mark in between the reactants and products always represents the direction of the reaction. For example, in any reaction, if two or more reactants are present, they can be represented with the help of a plus sign between them. Sometimes products may also be more than one. If two or more products are there, again we will represent with the help of the plus sign between them. So here, as I did not use any formula, any chemical formula here, I have simply written with the help of their names. So this is a word equation. This is a word equation. But can we write any other shorter way, in a more precise way? Yes, we can write the chemical equation in a more precise way by using their chemical formulae. What is a chemical formulae? Chemical formula is nothing but a symbolic representation of one molecule of a substance which shows exact number of atoms of each and every element present in that molecule. For example, here I wrote some chemical formula of substances. This CaO represents the chemical formula of calcium oxide. One molecule of calcium oxide is represented with this formula CaO. It represents that a molecule of calcium oxide contains one calcium atom and one oxygen atom. Similarly, HCl, it represents one molecule of hydrochloric acid which contains one hydrogen atom and one chlorine atom. Similarly, ZnCl2, it is the molecular formula of zinc chloride. It represents that one molecule of zinc chloride contains one zinc atom and two chlorine atoms, because here 2 is there. This 2 indicates the number of chlorine atoms. This 2 is called subscript. The subscript 2 indicates the number of that particular atoms present in one molecule of that substance. In zinc chloride, as there is no subscript for zinc, we can say that one zinc atom. There is a subscript for chlorine, that's why we can say that two chlorine atoms. On the whole, we can say that a molecule of zinc chloride contains one zinc atom and two chlorine atoms. Similarly, calcium hydroxide chemical formula is represented like this: CaOH taken twice. Here we have to see that this subscript is not only for hydrogen or oxygen, but this subscript 2 is representing both the elements present inside the bracket. Inside the bracket we have oxygen and hydrogen. So this subscript is representing these two atoms, these two elements here, oxygen and hydrogen. So on the whole, we can say that a molecule of calcium hydroxide contains one calcium atom, two oxygen atoms and two hydrogen atoms. Since this 2 is applicable for both the elements present inside the bracket, we can say that how many calcium atoms are there here? In this calcium, one calcium atom, oxygen atoms 2, similarly hydrogen atoms also 2. That is the meaning of this OH taken twice. CaOH taken twice. Similarly, you see the another formula. This formula represents a sodium sulfate, one molecule of a sodium sulfate. It indicates that a molecule of sodium sulfate contains 2 sodium atoms and 1 sulfur atom. As there is no subscript for sulfur, we can take it as 1. 1 sulfur atom and 4 oxygen atoms. Is that clear? So this is the way how we will represent the substances or the molecules by using their chemical formulae. Now, by using all the chemical formulae, we can write the chemical reaction in this way. Now, observe these chemical equations. These chemical equations I have written by using their chemical formulae. The reactants and products are written with the help of their chemical formulae. I wrote these 3 equations. Observe all the 3 equations and just count the number of atoms of each and every element towards the left hand side and right hand side. Are they equal? Just to see. See the first equation. Calcium oxide plus water gives rise to calcium hydroxide. In this particular equation, towards the left hand side, up to here, here to here, LHS side. Which atoms are there? First we have, which elements are present? We will write here. Towards the LHS side, we have element calcium, we have element oxygen, we have element hydrogen. Towards the LHS side. How many calcium atoms are there? Here, only 1. How many oxygens are there? In this molecular formula, 1 oxygen atom is there. In this molecular formula, 1 oxygen atom is there. Total 2 oxygen atoms. So O is equal to 2. Now hydrogen, how many are there? In this formula there is no hydrogen, and in this formula 2 hydrogens are there, as this subscript is there for hydrogen. We can write it as 2. This is towards the LHS side. LHS side. Now come to right hand side, RHS side. RHS side also we will be having the same elements, calcium, oxygen and hydrogen. CaOH. And see how many atoms are there, RHS side. There is, in this calcium hydroxide, only 1 calcium atom is there, as we have just now discussed that. So calcium is 1. And OH taken twice means here, this 2 is applicable for both the elements, no, oxygen and hydrogen. So it indicates that 2 oxygens and 2 hydrogens. Now you compare the number of atoms of each element towards LHS side and RHS side. You can see that calcium is only 1. LHS side 1 calcium atom is there. RHS side is also 1 calcium atom is there. And oxygens, LHS side 2 oxygens, RHS side also 2 oxygens. Hydrogens, LHS side 2 hydrogens and RHS side also 2 hydrogens. That's why this chemical equation is called a balanced equation. Balanced equation. If the number of atoms of each and every element are equal on both sides, that means towards the LHS side and towards the RHS side, the number of atoms of each and element are same, then that equation is called a balanced equation. Coming to the next one. Zinc reaction with HCl giving rise to zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Observe this equation and again do the same. Count the number of atoms of each and every element towards the LHS side and RHS side. If we see the zinc, then here only 1 zinc is there. LHS side means total here. Only 1 zinc atom is there. Towards the RHS side, we have only 1 zinc. Okay, no problem. Coming to hydrogen, here towards the LHS side we have 1 hydrogen. Towards the RHS side we have 2 hydrogen atoms here. The hydrogen atoms are not balanced here. LHS side and RHS side, if we write simply here, zinc, Zn is equal to 1, Zn is equal to 1. Whereas hydrogen is equal to LHS side, there is only 1 hydrogen atom. Whereas RHS side, hydrogen atoms are 2. Coming to chlorine, LHS side there is only 1 chlorine atom. Cl is equal to 1. RHS side 2 chlorines are there, zinc chloride, Cl2. Cl is equal to 2. So here 2 elements are not equal on both sides. 2 elements, that is hydrogen and chlorine. This hydrogen, LHS side is 1 and hydrogen, RHS side is 2. So it is not balanced. Similarly chlorine also, LHS side 1 and RHS side 2. That's why it is also not equal. The number of atoms of chlorine are not equal on both sides. So this is not a balanced equation. If a chemical equation with which is like this, then it is not a balanced equation. This is an unbalanced equation. Unbalanced equation can also be called as a skeleton equation. Here I wrote skeleton equation. Unbalanced equation can also be called as a skeleton equation. Similarly, observe the last one. Sodium sulfate plus barium chloride gives rise to barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. In this also we can say that there is sodium atoms are not equal on both sides. LHS side 2 sodium atoms are there, RHS side only 1 sodium atom is there, and LHS side 2 chlorines are there, RHS side only 1 chlorine atom is there. This barium is same on both sides, 1 barium, 1 barium, 1 sulfur atom, 1 sulfur atom, 4 oxygen atoms, 4 oxygen atoms. Remaining all are similar, except sodium atoms and chlorine atoms are not balanced. Sodium and chlorine are not balanced now. That's why this is also called as an unbalanced equation, which is nothing but a skeleton equation. In the next part, we will be learning how to balance the unbalanced equation. How can we write the balanced equation for a skeleton equation? And what is the need of balancing chemical equations? Okay, write some important points. Thank you.